Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Twitter News Weekly, where, this week we're not going to be using your tweets to read the news. As you can tell, I am not standing in front of a green screen. I am sitting on a couch, and that is because this is a special edition of Twitter News Weekly, and we're going to bring back story time. Now, "Twas the Night Before Christmas" is a very famous Christmas poem, but we're going to put a little Average Nobody's twist on there since it is almost football season. So, without further ado, this is "'Twas the Night Before Football." Music and lyrics by Stewie Griffin. "'Twas the night before football, and all through the house, not a creature was staring, not even a mouse. The lineups were hung by the TV with care, in hopes that the NFL soon would be there. The grown men were nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of touchdowns danced in their heads. And Roger Goodell in his kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long season's nap. Coming from the TV, there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the screen, I flew like a flash to see Johnny Manziel flashing the cash. The sun soaked the field, they were ready to go. The monsters of the gridiron will put on a show. When, what to my wondering eye should appear, but a herd of zebras with whistles, oh dear. With the crew chief who's ready, like fresh-baked buns, I knew in a moment it had to be guns. His shirt was so tight, he could barely move, but nobody was stopping at Hercules' groove. Now Calvin, now JJ, now Aaron and Bill, on Alshon, on Earl, on Brady and Phil. To the top of the stadium, to the top of the wall, now play, now play, now play some football. As dry leaves turn and the pigskins fly, when they meet with an obstacle, like Josh Gordon is high. So get to the tailgate before the Bears are through, with the help of the fans, and St. Harbor, too. And then in a twinkling, I heard like a Chevy, Lovey Smith on my roof, wielding a machete. As I drew in my head and was turning around, through the door came Lovey with a bound. He was dressed in red and black, from his head to his feet, and his clothes were ripped up, the opposite of neat. A bundle of game plans he had flung on his back, and he looked like a psycho, just opening his pack. His eyes, how dead, his smile, how merry, his demeanor, laser focus, just like Matthew Berry. He talked about defense and stopping Dwayne Bowe, which is now the equivalent of guarding a hobo. He mingled with St. Harbor, argued over who was best, and what direction was tougher, the South or the West. One must face Sherman, the other Mr. Breeze. One messes with your head, one gives you weak knees. The coaches, they were proud, both leaders of men, discussing Super Bowls past and what might have been. The season is near, so they both went to bed, knowing the mighty challenges that certainly lay ahead. The players lay to, they would soon take the field. After 7 months of sadness, we would again see the shield. We begin in Seattle and end in Arizona. Fans will cheer, cry, and probably end up in a coma. Football is back, what a wonderful sound. 5 months of wonder, hopes will abound. In fantasy and reality, we all will fight. Happy football to all, and to all a good night. Remember to, as always, like and subscribe to our YouTube page, which is youtube.com/TheAverageNobodies. Like and subscribe all the videos. We have this one, the other Twitter News Weekly, The Stupid Sayings. We also have our Twitter, which is @AverageNobodies, Facebook.com/TheAverageNobodies, and the good old blog, AverageNobodies.com. And until next week, happy watching football. I'm Ryan.